for founders of this amazing organization, for what WIMBIZ represents. I haven't felt enough energy. And then the applause was weak, was uninspiring. So can you clap? Can you stand up? Can you please stand, rise? And I want you all to energize till you feel the heat burn inside you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At the WIMBIZ conference, there's never a dull moment. There's never a dull moment, and as such, I want us to keep the tempo high. I just learned that there's a real strike, because normally our room, the room where we are, burst at the seams. It's still rising. I hope the numbers will improve. But for those of us who are here, we need to tell a story, because WIMBIZ just galvanizes. WIMBIZ is infectious. Okay? So please, ladies, and the few gentlemen here with us, we love you. We applaud you. You made us start this organization. For the men in the room, can we please clap for them? Can we appreciate them? Thank you very, very much. So, another thing I want to correct, I have a coach, Janet, as well. And, you know, when we introduce ourselves, we say, my name is. For goodness sake, it should be, I am Adeola Azeez. I am Bisi Adeyemi. I am Aisha Mohammed. So one of the things you will take away from me today is, please don't say, my name is. Just say, I am Adeola Azeez. And from our last conference, what did we say? I thrive, and I am what? Possible. So that is WIMBIZ for a start. So my inspiring WIMBIZ ladies and the men who have braved it to be with us today, good afternoon. And another warm welcome from me. Thank you. It was indeed exhilarating watching our story. Anytime I watch it, I just say, God, I thank God I was one of those who started this. If for nothing else, that is a legacy that will outlive each and every one of the founder. And it's up to you to take it to the next level and the next level and the level till we all die. Now, again, isn't it inspiring that founders with diverse skills, different personalities, careers, ethnicities, handed over. We handed over. There was a governance structure, management 11 years ago. I recall I was the last chairperson of the founding members who handed over. Our generation, we had spent 10 years. We were in our early 40s, and Mobula Johnson and Billy were in their late 30s when we founded this organization. Without revealing my age, I'm sure you can guess what it is. And at the end of it, we said we didn't want it anymore. Some of us became grandmas. Some of us diversified into other things. I today am a corporate politician. Having traversed the banking industry for 30 years, we were tired. And we thought, you know what? Let's give it to those who had more energy. Those who were also in their 40s and 30s. And they represent the WIMBIZ we have today. So, the organization we started with 13 individuals have grown to over 275 life members, 2,296 associates worldwide, and we have impacted over 330,000 women. I'm waiting for the clap. I'm waiting for the applause. Thank you. I dare say, as you've heard, because I need to remind you, there was a lot to take in that video, and you may not have caught up on everything. We worked together. We broke the myth, and we spoke with one voice, one common value. We agreed for 20 years. We had our infighting, we had a disagreement, but guess what? When you see us outside, we're like one bonded female group. I was telling to the lady earlier, we have a WIMBIZ culture. And you know what that culture is? We just go out there to inspire. We go out there to build women. We go out there to build confidence and tell you you are more than what you are. So, in London again, we've gathered distinguished ladies and gentlemen of brilliant minds, trailblazers, entrepreneurs, professionals, and leaders who have traveled far and near to be with us today. We do not take it for granted. Your presence is a testament of a shared commitment of advancing women's leadership, engagement, and empowerment. Once again, I salute you all. Our theme for the London 2024 conference, Next Level, Succeeding Beyond Boundaries, resonates deeply with me, and you'll understand why. I believe it speaks to the core of what WIMBIZ also stands for and what we will continue to be. We are here to break barriers. We are here to shatter glass ceilings. We are here to redefine what is possible for women in business, in governance, in leadership, and politics. Home engineers, we do not take you for granted, or whatever industry you find yourself. How are we going to achieve this? I am going to provoke you. I said what? I'm going to provoke you by sharing my own story on how I am working my next level. Listen to the story attentively because I will test you. I attended the Holy Child College in Nigeria for my secondary school. Every morning, my dad drove me to school. And at the CMS bus stop, for those of you who remember Nigeria, I saw every morning a policewoman, impeccably dressed, starched uniform, and I said, Dad, I want to be a policewoman in uniform. And he said, no problem, just go get a degree first. So once you get a degree, you will go as a high-ranking police officer. Guess what? Of course, by the time I graduated with my first degree, that dream had died. I went on to pursue a second degree in law. Then guess what? I wanted to go into the London School of Economics to study, to have a master's. At that time, I thought my world was crashing. They're raring to go. Guess what? My father and godparent said, no, girl, you've done a first degree, you've done a second degree, who are you impressing? Come on and get married, my friend. I said, married? I'm not ready. But guess what? I couldn't pay my fees, kicking and forcing. I came back to Nigeria to pursue my law degree, to pursue my career in law. And of course, the judicial system at the time was slow, was frustrating. I was restless. I wasn't going to have it. So I began to look for other opportunities. And I landed a plum job at that time in the late 1980s. I got employed by Bankers Trust of New York, which later became Deutsche Bank. For over 30 years in that institution, that organization, that global, I traversed the financial industry, succeeding, connecting, impacting, mentoring, transforming the landscape of correspondent banking in Nigeria. It afforded me other opportunities which cut across different industries and sectors, government, institutions, and multinationals beyond Nigeria. You're following me, right? Am I with you? Good. I spent those 30 years upscaling, learning, relearning, and showing up my best self every single day. Did you hear me? Every single day for 30 years, I showed up my best self. You heard the story of Lara, she's gone. And yet today, they inspired me today. As I got close to retiring, because I need to tell you my next level, so 30 years, I told you all I did. I began to think of impact and building a legacy. I had a successful career, like I said. I started to think and ask myself, what next? When next? How next? Having gathered so much network, influence, integrity, the only thing that I thought I could do was to give back. And how do I want to give back? I wanted to go to the bottom of the pyramid. And to do that, honestly, realistically, the only channel was through politics. I dare say, and I always repeat it, and I want to be somebody to controvert it, I am the first woman in Nigeria who reached the pinnacle of my corporate life, no stain, reputation intact. I enjoyed everything that you could. You know what it is? Tea, coffee, traveling, PAs, EAs, everything. And I decided that enough of that plum spoiled job. I went to the bottom of the pyramid to influence. Nobody has done it direct. Most of those who've done it, they've done it through appointments. You get into government, they appoint you. But I said, no, I didn't really want a boss anymore. I wanted the community to be my boss. I wanted them to direct me what I needed to do. So I've always been politically aware, so maybe it ran in the blood, but I was not politically engaged. Why? My father, 96-year-old, still alive today, has been a politician for 70 years of his life. I can boldly and proudly say that he was one of the people who fought for the independence of Nigeria. Keep it going. Thank you. Closer to my retirement in 2020, COVID. You all remember 2020, 21 was COVID. It became evident that I needed to be more visible, more strategic, more vocal about the change mindset and transformation our society needed. And for me, it required diving into the murky waters of politics. So I retired officially December 2020, and by March 2021, I enrolled at the School of Politics, Policy, and Governance. I was in training for 8 months, where I had to prepare, learn, unlearn, and refresh my knowledge in politics, policy, and governance. By the end of that year, I had done the following. 1, there was a local government election in July in 2021. I actively participated. I don't want to go into that story of the downfall of it. I was angry because the elite who I thought should have come out and made an impact, they were busy, they took it as a public holiday, and they didn't come out. Spontaneously, I did a video that went viral. And I said, where are you, the elite? You are here to make a difference. And an election was going that was going to affect us, and nobody, none, showed up. So that was in July. I actively did that. In October, I published an article of change and choices. The 2023 election was looming. The challenge before the youth, women, and the elite. It went viral. It was a birthday publication for me, 6th October. In December of 2021, since I had intentionally made that decision, I relocated from the comfort home I had in Lekki. And I relocated. I went to live in my community in Odogolu, Isonyaogo. That looks like, what is she saying? But that is community for you. Also in December of that year, as the 2023 elections were looming, I adopted a data-driven approach and conducted a needs assessment research in my constituency. I needed to draw insights that will enable me effectively address the issues affecting the communities. These and many more steps are what I took preparing for my next political level. I needed to be grounded in the community and demonstrate a different type of politics. From my manifesto to my campaign to my strategy, I never had a different vision from what I articulated in my manifesto. It was transparent, unambiguous, and accountable. I wanted to be believable, for my constituency to buy into my vision. My vision was new. It was disruptive and transformational. I carried out several other intervention projects, too many for the time allowed for this. I have a website, Adeola Azeez Community Care. I'll encourage you, just visit that website to see all I did. But one of them that I'm always proud to say, as an individual, I facilitated a 5G mast, right, to enhance communication to the poorest community in that. Today, they hail me. Thank you. I ran for the office of the House of Representatives in Ogun State under the Social Democratic Party. It's the longest party in Nigeria, over 25 years. Consisting 3 local governments, 36 wards, and 180 communities. I visited all of it. I was the only female who contested against 3 other men from different political parties. I've always been very comfortable in male company. When I was in Deutsche Bank, I was the only female staff. I didn't like it. I tried to bring other women in to develop a pipeline, but I guess they didn't have the energy. So male company, women, we need to beat them at their own game. When I was running for office, winning was my only goal, but I was open to learning. I adopted a mantra, win or learn, to get myself ready for possible outcomes. We never lose. As I speak to you, I am at my next level. What is yours? I continue to use and leverage politics as a tool for impact as I build a legacy. To succeed beyond boundaries, we must first define boundaries. Looking at the theme, we will likely think of geographical boundaries, but there could be boundaries of the mind. Before you can succeed beyond boundaries, you must first scale the boundaries of the mind. Don't limit yourself. So ask yourself, what are these boundaries that are limiting me? Let's be honest. To thyself, please be true. We must take a moment to evaluate our journey. Are we moving forward? Are we standing still? Are we restless in the inside, ready to embrace the new? Where are we? And why are we where we are? The questions are not just for self-reflection, but also for self-motivation to reach your next level. Is your next level going for a master's degree? Is it to get married? Is it to build a house? Is it to upscale yourself for the next position? Is it taking care of your health? Or is it starting a new chapter? What is it? Your next level is personal to you. Which is yours? In our pursuit of the next level, it is crucial to remember that success should go beyond personal achievements and also be about lifting others as we rise. Lifting others as we rise. Women. It should be about creating a legacy of empowerment and leaving an indelible mark on the world. Like the police officer, you must inspire. Your life must be more than yours. As I begin to wrap up, let me charge you with the following. Invest in continuous learning for growth. The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace. AI is now mainstream. We either adapt or die. Embrace the power of collaboration. We've heard about it so many times this morning. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration is one of the most potent tools, as when we come together, incredible things happen. Women. Cultivate resilience and perseverance. It is essential when navigating challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. Give back and pay it forward. Invest in the next generation of leaders. Share your knowledge and experiences. Create opportunities for others to thrive and succeed. Don't be a hoarder. Prioritize well-being and balance. In our quest for success, it is easy to overlook our well-being. Prioritize self-care, balance, and mental health. I want to leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with a quote from Maya Angelou, that phenomenal woman. And I think Yetunde said it earlier. She didn't say the quote, but she implied it. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to what? Thrive. And to do it with some passion and compassion, with humor and style. Right? Good. So in summary, for me, Adeola Azeez, like the policewoman, she inspired me. My life is like a book. I want it to be read by many. I hope it inspires you. I look for opportunities for the next level. I show up every day with my best self. I win, learn, I do not lose. As I conclude, let me shock you. There is no place called there. What does that mean? When I get there. There's no place called there until we exit this side of eternity. Together, we must constantly push our boundaries and evolve into our next level. Ladies and gentlemen, a word is enough. I am looking for men and women in this room to soak up. You know what they call reverse mentoring? I have mentored and mentored and mentored. I have sponsored and sponsored and sponsored. I want to learn. And you know where I'm learning from? The young on AI. I hold my hand up. I can be technologically challenged. My son is in the room. When I call him, or I call my younger ones, I also have another daughter here, Olateju. Oh, Auntie Ade again. Yes, please, teach me. Teach me. I also want to call somebody out here. When Yetunde Olara was speaking, they were talking about not knowing how to deal with, what do you call them? Trade unions, right? If you are in an organization now and you're dealing with them, you don't know what to do. I have a woman in the house. She just retired from an international organization. Tell me about dealing with trade union. Meet, see, greet, Kofo, Ati, John. Kofo, can you please stand up to be recognized? There she is. She's dealt with trade unions all her life, most of her life. Ladies, we're all at our next level. When you see me, I am Adeola Azeez, a corporate politician. Thank you for listening.
Time on the left, right, left, right. Time on the left, right. I wanna live my best life. Time on the left, right. So many issues, so many lives.
I'm so nervous right now. Can we have more of a rousing applause for Miss Adeola Azeez? Wow! Oh my goodness.
Many doings on code.
Very, a phenomenal woman, very infectious.